Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel and for another YouTube video. So today what I thought would be a great idea to do is, I did mention that it would be probably good for you guys to see what my handbag collection looks like. I know a lot of people are very conscious about spending or investing in luxury items, particularly in the handbag arena. So I thought it would be a good idea to give you a glance into the collection that I've got, some of the designers that I absolutely love, ones that are not particularly, that I tend to kind of hone in on. But first what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of insight into my absolute favorites. So there's going to be a mixture in this video of the ones that I tend to go to whenever I'm heading out the door. These are the ones that I pick up and they come out with me. What I'll then do is I'll follow on this video with dedicated sections for each of the designers that I've got. So if there's something specific that you're looking for in a specific brand, then obviously you can dip and dive into those that you really want to focus on. So let's get started. And like I say, I'll put the links up to the other videos as well so that you can take a look at those afterwards. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's get started. So one of the first bags that I'm going to show you, it's not at this moment in time my go-to. As you've seen in some of my other videos, I'm really loving a different bag, which is on this video as well. But from this particular designer, this is one that I've had for so many years and I have gotten so much use out of it, it's ridiculous. But the first bag I'm going to show you is my little satchel from Louis Vuitton. I have had this bag for about 10 years. I got it while I was pregnant with my daughter. So she's going to be 9 in April, so probably about 10 years. They may have had this a little bit longer than when I actually purchased it. I think they had this one in for a while before I went in and bought it. I had a look at both sizes. I think they did this one and then they did a bigger one in the GM, which was massive. It was basically like a suitcase. It was huge. But I went with the smaller size. But this handbag I have used day in and day out. I've used it for work, to the cinema, going out, going to the beach clubs, going to lunches, brunches, dinner, anything. This bag is basically a one size fits all. It's just fantastic. And because obviously it's in the monogram as well, all the colors just kind of go with, well, for me particularly with my wardrobe, it goes with everything. Even with what I'm wearing now, I think the colors work really well. What I like about this is it is quite a roomy bag. It may not look it, but it actually is quite roomy once it's expanded out. I like how the little fastener is just on magnets. It's a little magnetic number, as you can hear. And inside it's got the main pocket. It's got a little zip pocket in for your cards or your phone or whatever, you know, just in case you want to keep it safe. And then it's obviously got these two little front pockets as well that you can put, I don't know, card holders or whatever you want in it. But yeah, this is just one of my little go-tos, one of my little staples. I will never ever sell this bag. I absolutely love it, and this is one of the ones I want to hand down to my daughter. And again, what I like about it as well is it's got the adjustable strap. Now I have, like I say, had so much wear out with this bag. The leather has obviously started to show signs of heavy wear and tear, which, you know, in all honesty, considering how long I've had this bag, I don't think it's too bad. It's 10 years old, guys. I mean, it's done well. It's served me well. So this is the first one. Love it. Never getting rid of it. If you find something like this from Louis, no questions asked. Just put your card down, your cash down. You will not regret it. Absolutely must have in your wardrobe. So the next bag that I'm going to show you is actually another Louis bag, and this is one that they do limited editions, they do collections or whatever, you know, they always have this as one of their signature pieces. I've had this in so many different iterations of the same bag. I've had the smaller size, the larger size. I've now got the medium size, and the one that I've got is actually a special edition that they did. So this is the Neverfull from Louis. So what I like about this bag is it's great to travel with. The fact that you can just throw in your magazines, your phone, your passport and all the rest of it. It's not particularly safe in terms of it doesn't have a zip or any poppers or anything. I mean, it does have a little clasp that you can link it together. You can see here, it's got like the little clasp and the D-ring. So you can obviously make it safer, but for me, traveling, I mean, I never have my eyes and my hands on my handbag anyway, but I tend to travel with this one quite a lot. I love the size. I think that the medium is definitely a better size for me. I found that the They do a PM, an MM, and a GM. The PM was too small for me. The GM was just massive. I mean, it's great for a beach bag if you want something that you can throw towels and swimsuits and all that in. But for me, going out, I went for the MM. I love the colouring inside. It's got that beautiful kind of like fuchsia pink color, and then obviously it comes with a little purse as well. I've used this quite a lot just on its own. It's a great little clutch to have, and I like the fact that it's got the little wrist strap on it as well. So it was kind of like getting two bags in one, to be honest with you. But yeah, absolutely firm favorite, love it. Again, not selling this one. I love the coloring on it. I think it's just got a little bit more pizzazz rather than having it just the bog standard monogram. They have done so many different iterations of this bag, like I said before. So if you do find one that you like, you know, with a different sort of pattern or whatever tickles your fancy, then yeah, definitely worth the purchase. But like I say, for me, the medium size was much better for me. So the next bag that I've got, I have mentioned this bag a few times in a few other videos. My daughter has gone poking around with this bag, which is on another video as well. But one of my most recent purchases was the Bumbag from Louis Vuitton. I am actually really surprised how much wear I have had out of this bag. It is a controversial piece. Some people love it, hate it. It's a bit like Marmite. But for me, I just thought it was very classic. I got it in the monogram as well. I love the way that obviously the colouring changes. It's just one of those bags that you can wear in so many different ways. The strap obviously is adjustable. But again, another great purchase, I think, for me. Personally, this is just one of those bags that I absolutely love. And I can get so many things inside. I've put my phone, my purse, my lipsticks, my keys, everything. It's just another great little staple. And again, it's something that I think when my daughter, even my son, to be honest with you, when they're older, it's something that obviously if they want, I can hand this down to them. So again, great purchase. Yeah, just the style and everything, I love it. You will probably get a sense that Louis is one of my favorite brands, one of my favorite designers. I just find a lot of their stuff kind of works for me. I find it very functional. I think the color schemes are great. I love the special edition stuff. It's just something that I have a real, I do tend to get swayed a lot by Louis. So one of the other bags that I have, I've actually got two more that I'm going to show you from Louis. So the next one that I've got, which does stay in its little dust bag, is the Alma. So just to give you some insight, I actually purchased this bag in the monogram, and I had it with the larger size, and I kept the bag overnight in the box. I had a little think about it. I wasn't really 100% sure when I left the store. I knew I wanted the Alma, but I didn't know whether I wanted the damier or if I wanted the monogram. I went with the monogram. I actually looked at a few YouTube videos and a few pictures of the bag itself. What I didn't like about the monogram is all of the leather on the bottom. Once you kind of stained it, it started looking really scruffy. And not quite as polished as what I wanted it to. So I looked up a few reviews of the damier and found that this was actually going to be better for me. Just because when one of my handbags gets a stain or anything on it, I tend to kind of start falling out of love with it. It's a personal thing, don't ask me. But yeah, to me, it just wasn't worth the money to then in a few weeks' time find that I didn't like the leather changing color. So I went back and exchanged it for this, and they've just put the little, you can do this as well with Louis, which I quite like, is put the little, there's a special name for it, but it's basically a little scarf that they wrap around just to protect the handle for you. I only went with the one handle because I wanted it to be more of a statement rather than a protection. And I also got the little key pouch personalized with my initials as well. So that's my little Alma. I have used this quite a lot. It's obviously got the beautiful red lining in it. The strap on this one is not adjustable. It is a one length fits all, but to be honest with you, I'm 5'5" and I can crossbody this, hang it off my shoulder, no issues whatsoever. It's just a beautiful little bag. It really, really is. The only thing that I find with this when I'm wearing it is that this handle tends to get in the way. So when you've got the strap up and that's against your body, it is kind of like jiggling it around a little bit. So just be mindful that the handles, the top handles of this bag do tend to get in the way a little bit, but it didn't stop me, and it's not uncomfortable. It just means that you have to kind of fiddle around with it a little bit. So yeah, that's my little Alma. I think this is the PM again. I think they only do the 3 sizes. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the smaller size, whereas the original one I bought was a bigger size. Love it, keeping it, never selling it, to be honest with you. I just think it's something that, again, because it's got the personalization on it, it's something that's quite close to my heart. I'm not going to be getting rid of that anytime soon. Okay, so my final bag that I'm going to show you is more of a going, well, no, it's not really. I was going to say it's more of a going out bag, which is what I tend to use it more for. But obviously, if you wanted to use it every day, it does have that feel to it, that vibe. But this is one that I purchased, again, quite a few years ago. They had done something very similar, but obviously they kind of churn out similar bags, but maybe change the design slightly. So this is the one that I have. Again, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's basically just a little clutch, like a little pouch bag. It's got some bits in there, sorry about that, but yeah. What I like is it's got like a little space for your cards, so you don't really have to take a card holder out with you if you don't want to. I can get my phone, my keys, and a purse in here, no problems. And again, it's just got that nice kind of like magnetic closure on it. It does come with a little strap, which unfortunately, again, is not adjustable, but it does also come with like a little shoulder strap. So you can wear this a few different ways. Now, I haven't done it, but I have seen people change out this strap and put a thicker strap on, again, from Louis. You know, what I like about this, and you could probably do it with the Alma as well, is really swap and change the straps to really personalize the bag. So again, I use this more for going out when I'm going for dinner or somewhere special. It just tends to go with everything. It's very classy looking when you've got it on. Just again, a very firm favorite in my collection. Love it, wear it quite a lot. Definitely was a good investment. And again, I got it in the monogram just because I think it is a little bit more special to me. I'm just very, I'm very swayed by the monogram. To me, it's just, it's a classic. So yeah, so those are all the Louis that I'm going to be showing you today. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you my Lady Dior. So let's just get that out and let's take a look at it. So keeping on point with the secondhand handbags, I actually went ahead and I had always wanted this bag for ages. I knew the color that I wanted to go with. I've been looking at it. I've done so much research on it. I kind of missed the train when this one came out on the market. They do still continue to do this one, but I didn't, again, really want to splash the cash on a brand new bag. I have never bought this brand before, so this was something brand new. And again, why I didn't want to pay the full price. I thought I'd see, you know, how the bag wears, and if it is something that I can kind of get with, then obviously if there was something else that I wanted from this particular brand, I wouldn't have such a reservation about going into the store and buying it brand new from the boutique. So I actually went with the Chole Marcie satchel. I went for the bigger, so there's no strap attached to this. It really is just a top handle bag. You can throw this on your shoulder. The straps are big enough to be able to do that, and obviously you can just carry it in your hand. But this was a bag that I had really wanted for such a long time. I just thought it was such a classic looking bag. It really does remind me of sort of, and I suppose that's the point of the bag, is like a horse riding satchel. You know, the ones they put over the back of the horse, like back in the olden days. That's how I kind of look at this bag. I just think it's beautiful. The inside obviously opens up. It's got a nice little pocket in there as well. The bag is really easy to get in and out of. It's got like a little compartment here for your phone or your lipsticks or something. And obviously it's got the zip pocket as well for your cards or phone or whatever you kind of want to keep secure. So yeah, love it. It's quite a heavy bag, but I think that is because obviously the handles are quite, they're quite sturdy handles. Obviously the hardware is quite heavy. I just think that the detail that they put into the bags are absolutely brilliant. But again, this is secondhand. It has got a few little markings on it, but to be honest with you, I mean, this is a bag I would throw up and down with no worry about getting stains or anything on it. This is just really an everyday for me. But yeah, again, great purchase. I think this was stupid in terms of price. I think it must have been about 80% discount off of like a normal going into the boutique and buying it brand new. I mean, of course, you don't get the same service, you don't get the same experience when buying a bag in a boutique, but in all honesty, I'm not really bothered. With Louis and Chanel and that kind of thing, I mean, I know what I'm getting. I know that I enjoy the experience. I would pay more for it. But for that, I wanted to see what the bag was like first before I then went on to buy anything else from them. So that's my little Chloe. The next bag I'm going to show you, I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I do. I was a bit, again, dubious about buying it. Again, secondhand. I just want to make sure that's very clear. But this bag is just, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. So let's take a look. So before I show you the bag, you'll know it when you see it. This is the dust bag. It is humongous. It's a massive bag, but this is my Celine. Again, this was a bag that I had seen for years. I had always wanted one. They kept changing the colors out, and I didn't want anything garish, like, you know, the pinks and all that kind of stuff. I wanted something that I could wear a lot, and something that was still a bit like the Dior. It was kind of like, look at me, I've got this bag. But in terms of the size, I wanted to go bigger rather than smaller. So I actually went with the luggage bag. So some of you will love the color, some of you will hate it. I, for one, think this is beautiful. I went with the orange. It's a specific orange. I think it's called Virilin. I will again put the name and the style of the bag on there. But yeah, again, this doesn't have an over a shoulder strap on it. It is a top handle, but I love it. I never ever thought I would get so much wear from a bag. I have worn this to death. Again, secondhand. There is not a mark, not a scratch, not a stain, nothing on it. Even the studs, when it arrived, the studs still had the plastic on them. The bag had basically never been used. The feeling that I get is obviously somebody had bought it or been gifted it, had thrown it in the bottom of the wardrobe and never used it. Maybe they didn't like the color, maybe it was too big for them. But this bag is absolutely, it's basically brand new. This, I think, looking at the price tag of the current styles that they have, I think I must have got it for about 50% off. But again, it was one of the brands. I have never owned a Celine before, didn't really know what I was getting into, didn't really want to fork out the price tag for a brand new bag. So I went secondhand and again, did my research, went across all different channels to be able to see, you know, what color I wanted, what the actual style of the bag was going to be like, and obviously the condition of the bag. I wanted to make sure I wasn't overpaying for something that somebody had dragged around and not taken care of. So whoever had owned this, thank you very much, because you have absolutely made my day my dream come true. I had always wanted this bag and I've now got it in a color that I never ever thought I was going to get so much wear and use out of. But this, to me, if you're thinking about buying a Celine luggage or the Phantom is actually next on my list. I'm trying to find a secondhand one that again, you know, is in a really good condition, just to kind of complement my luggage. But yeah, if you're thinking about it, definitely worth the purchase. So yeah, those are some of my absolute favorite handbags. Like I said before, I will put all the details of all the styles that I've got. And obviously, like I said, you know, some of the styles that I've got, they may no longer be in production. In particular, the little satchel bag that I've got, the Neverfull, that particular design that they did with the V. I don't think they do those anymore, but they have different variations of the same product. So yeah, I mean, it's just a personal thing, but those are some of my absolute favorites. Like I say, whenever I'm going out, they are my go-to. Yeah, so there you go. So the next video that I'm going to be putting up, like I say, I'm going to have a very special little guest again with me. I think she'd be excited to do it. So yeah, I'll get her to go through my collection with me, and I will link the videos at the bottom of this video as well, so that you can go straight onto there. But like I say, I'll do it so that it's in parts and that it's designer specific. So if there is something in particular that you're looking for, then you can dip and dive into the video that's relevant to you. But thanks very much, everybody, for joining me today. And I will see you again very soon. Have a great day. See you later. Bye. Bye-bye.